with you in a minute, gentlemen. We are live. Good morning. I should say, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Good morning, everybody. Swati cup and all that good stuff. I do not know what the temperature is. The bot is 33.18, which is the highest in a month. What I do know is it's hot and it's humid and it's sticky. It's sticky out and it's overcast, just like every other day. Not much wind, very little wind. So there you have it. That's the environment. That's the setting that we're talking about right now. That's the setting that we are streaming from. It's not the most beautiful day out. The last couple of days have been hazy. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of little stuff going on here in Thailand you might not know about. You know, they've been talking about relaxing the restrictions. And the Thai Tourism Authority of Thailand. Now, I don't know how it works, but they're saying they are planning to, preparing a plan to relax travel rules in line with the timeline to declare COVID-19 an endemic disease. I don't know. Let's see what it says here about the masks, because I didn't see that. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the masks. So once again, they let the news out here, and there's very little solid information. But they are trying, and I'll give them credit for that. They've done a good job with it. You know, I mean, I bitched and moaned in the very beginning. I don't think many people were happy with how things went in the beginning anywhere. You know, complete lockdown and all that. Yeah, brutally hot. And you know, they turn on the air conditioning at about 9:30 here. So it doesn't really get cool in this place. It's the one negative. Let's see here. TAT has started to work on new protocols over the next 4 months. They started working on the new protocols for the next 4 months. RT-PCR COVID test result from tourists remains essential for the time being as the country is struggling with an overwhelming daily caseload. You know, it's like saying today there was 30,000 cases of the cold and 40 people died. And one other thing that I noticed, and this just came out, that they are going to revise the data, the statistics, the coronavirus cases and fatalities. They're going to be revising these. To be able to classify COVID-19 as endemic within the next 4 months, the country would have to contain new infections and fatalities and deploy sufficient resources for treatment. I think they're kind of moving the goalpost again to where they can make it easier for them to call it endemic. They can justify it. Yeah, the current fatality rate could drop by 20 to 30% right away with data revision, because many of the cases, and what I read was 30% of the cases attributed to COVID-19 actually resulted from other causes such as kidney disease and terminal cancer. But they considered them to be COVID patients and to have died from COVID because they tested positive after they died. So why would they do that? You know, you die from cancer, you die from cancer. Call a spade a spade. So this is good news, actually. They revised the statistics. Nobody's going to bitch because they're revising the statistics. I mean, I might say something about it, but I'm not complaining because I think they should have done this right from the get-go. You know, it's a bit absurd when you think about it. Really, you know, what's important is the number of people vaccinated. Is the vaccination working? People are going to die. That's how it works. People die from various illnesses. If this thing isn't killing hundreds of people every day, if it's killing 20 people a day, how are you going to shut down the whole economy? And that's what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's been since from the get-go there, Jim. You know, it's the more people they consider to be ill and to die from this, the more money they get. So where's the incentive to not call a spade a spade? What's going on here? Jim will be here soon. The Eagle has landed. He's here. What's going on here? Well, we have no power. Why? I don't know, but we have no power right now. Power to my computer. Not good. Lots of people coming in now. Wow. All of a sudden, like 8 people came in. Let me see if I can get this fixed here. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I shaved my head yesterday and shaved. What is going on with this thing? I got no power now. one more step to getting in. This is not good. Usually, you know, it takes me a couple of times, 1 or 2 times, just flipping this thing around, turning it over, cleaning it a little bit, and it goes right on, but it's not going on now. Which is bad news, boys, bad news. Now let me see what happens here. Never. I don't know. Maybe it'll go away when they declare this endemic. I don't know. Listen, I didn't think that they were going to approve the Songkran because of the numbers, and they're saying that they're going to let it go forward. So I think they have to approve that, and that's supposed to be, I think, next Friday. They're going to decide whether or not Songkran can officially proceed. Yeah, I can't get this thing to work. I don't know why. Glasses is what I need. It's the wrong one. I don't know, I'm gonna have to find out though. Hang on. I'm gonna try something. Well, that sucks. Don't know what the hell's happening, but my computer is not charging, and that's heavy. Anyway, well, let's just go forward. If it gets down to the wire, then I'll have to figure something out. But for right now, we're all right. This thing is not that old, this cable, because I already bought this one. This is the second one, so there's no reason why it shouldn't work. I have absolutely no electricity going through. I can't. There's no turning on or off. You plug it in, or you. Well, there's. I just tried it. See the little plugs right here. I tried those, and they don't work either. So I don't know. I have to say something to one of the girls. However, I got to say that today they got 2 girls. I've never seen them in my life. So I think I saw the one once before, but the other girl, I'm not even sure it's. Yeah, I smell electrical. It's not me. Might be food. Let me try something here, because I can stay connected through the phone, but I don't see restarting my computer doing anything. That's gonna go over great. I'm in the wrong spot for that. So Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, two new ones. One I saw before, her name is King, and the other, I don't even know that that's her name because that's the manager's name, so she might not have a name tag. And the other one, I don't know what the hell her name is. But I've never seen them before, ever. I think the one maybe I've seen one time, but the other one I have never seen before. So I don't know why they're here, and maybe they're doing the big switch. I don't know, you know. When they're finished with these customers, I'll say something to them. But no, they don't do that. They're not doing that. In fact, it's either my cord or they're something with their breaker or something. I'm gonna unplug the transformer and reconnect. I've already unplugged I've unplugged my own cord, separated the cord. I plugged it into multiple outlets, and it's not working. So it's either my cord is fried or their system has got a problem right now, which that could be, who knows. When the girl's done, I'll say something to her. Anyway, we're talking about Thailand today. With regards to the Ukraine, the guy who came in the other day, or I don't know, was it yesterday? I already did that too. I spit on it, tried to clean it. The guy who came on yesterday, Eric Lee, saying he was going to contribute $200. I think he's just a troll. And, you know, I expect that. So from now on, you know, I know that going in, and, you know, what can you do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. But I can tell you that going into the Ukraine right now is probably not going to happen, just because of everything going on there. The thermobaric weapons that they're apparently using, the possibility of chemical weapons, the fact that they're sending in the Chechens, and I guess Syrians, from what Longhorns has said, to shoot people on sight. That's when the risk is too high. That's when the calculated risk becomes something I don't want to engage in. So the border of Ukraine and Poland is the only thing that's acceptable now. There is no going to Kiev, and I know two people that are apparently still in Kiev. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get out. I don't know what they're doing. The communication with them is limited, so, you know. Well, you got that right, Dowlow. Although, tell that to Putin. Hang on a second, I gotta go talk to this. All right, so she's gonna check. There's like 9 people here today, which is like the most I've seen in quite some time. Somebody else just pledged some dough, but I also think he is a troll, but we'll see. And you know, you kind of gain. You kind of know, you know, by the way people are, by their channel, and, you know. Anyway, whatever. It's to be expected, but the idea is to leave, if I'm going to leave, is to leave in the next 10 days to 2 weeks. And anything can happen between now and then, so, you know, I'm very apprehensive, and I'm holding my breath. That's about it. I'm holding my breath to see what happens in the next couple of days. could be destroyed. Yeah. You'd be crazy not to go. I'd watch the live stream. Guess my $2.99 would go a long way in Ukraine.
ตอนนี้ก็ใช้ได้
All right, so it was their breaker. I feel better now. I wonder why. I guess they didn't turn it on when they came in. Newbies. I'd be crazy not to go. Well, I can tell you that I've received numerous messages that have told me I am crazy. And I don't really care. Doesn't matter. Send me your messages telling me I'm crazy. I think I haven't heard it before. I heard it before I even said anything about this. And I'm not, So, where is this guy, though? Why would you go to Ukraine when there are hundreds of international reporters there already? Do you have a death wish? No, I don't have a death wish. And there are always international reporters in any area of concern to the world. There's always hundreds of reporters. But all it takes is to be in one place and you get a different story. That a place that they're not, that's all. It's not, it's not rocket science. However, it is with the new weapons. With some, I didn't even know. I've heard about thermobaric, but I didn't know what it was called until a couple days ago. And they've made it now to where, you're just sitting there, and it's not like a bomb. You hear the bomb coming, and maybe you can move, and you escape, with minor injuries. Now it's like they drop some bomb, and it eviscerates everything in the area. It sucks the life out of you. It vaporizes you, and that's not good for the people in those areas. That's all I'm going to say. So. Anyway, I did not put up the. Let's see here. And there are. I will say this too. There are people who are like, "Oh yeah, man, I really like. I like the idea of you going there." Yeah, that's the point, Longhorns. I know that, and that's scary as hell. So there has been a little bit of a shift in my thinking. And I did say in the beginning, if I go, I'll be a little bit surprised, just because I don't know that I can raise that kind of money, So for now, we're back to normal, and I'm putting the stuff up. And if you want to contribute, let me see here. I'm going to put everything up. You can just contribute directly to a few organizations that are helping the Ukraine, or you can pledge or contribute to me. If you contribute and I don't go, then I'll send your money back. Oh, I didn't put it up yesterday either. Shit. I'm a little surprised because you can't tell with the mask on, but I'm not going to go there. This is Thailand, if you know what I mean. Think about it. They wouldn't be able to inform us, but it wouldn't limit him to stay in Russia forever only. Well, I'll tell you what. I think that if there's any chance at all of somebody assassinating him, I'm not against it. I do think it would change. I think it would change everything. I think he's the one behind everything right now, and I think without him, this would go away very quickly. Good morning, everybody. Sawadee Kap again to everybody. Let me just finish here, and then I will focus again. All right, so where's my kids when I need them? All right, there we go. Hello, Newman. What's today? Today's Friday, okay. Maybe that's why it's so busy. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people in here already. 9:30 in the morning. That's good for this place. Nobody has access to him, if so, definitely wouldn't be allowed to have any weapon on him, so he's isolated. Yeah, I mean that figures, you know. It figures that he'll be isolated, and you know that's what all these guys do. He's probably down in some bunker where nobody can get to him. Well, I'll tell you what I do know from, you know, I've been to Russia twice, and I was there for a week once, and, well, I think I've been there a couple of weeks altogether, 2 weeks, maybe 15, 16 days. And what I gathered is, you know, when you get out of Moscow, the place is, it's very, very spread out. It's not like the most densely populated country, from what I saw. So it doesn't surprise me. And I think there's a huge discrepancy in, and I could be wrong again, I think there's a huge discrepancy about in the classes. I'll tell you what really got me thinking about going to the border and going to Poland and going to the Ukraine. What really got me thinking about it was me looking at some of the videos, footage from Hong Kong. I do have the video footage of the lady who was rubbing her legs, and she was eating a papaya? She was eating a papaya and rubbing her legs with balm and putting her feet up. I do have that video. I found it and I clipped it out, but I was a little bit mean. I wasn't the nicest to her. She this you know, I mean, there was the whole place. I mean, imagine I'm in Starbucks. I was at a Starbucks, just like I am here. But let's say this place is completely empty. Now imagine some old woman coming over and not even saying hello or how are you or may I sit down. She just basically plopped her ass down right in front of my chair. There's 50 other places to sit, and I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I go, "What are you doing? Why? I don't want you to sit there." And she starts mumbling something, and she gets up and she moves over, and I go, "Oh, you want to go sit over there? Okay. All right, no problem, honey." And then, of course, she sits right next to me, and the next table over, right next to me, with her stinky feet. They didn't stink, but with her feet up in the air, it was disgusting. So that's why I was a little bit rude. But I did still try to be nice to her, but I just saw that, and I was like, oh my God. Now it brings back memories of some of the things that I saw, people blowing snot all over the place and stuff like that. But then I saw some of the things that were happening there, and what the police were doing, and the them threatening people with their shotguns and with their tear gas guns, rifles, whatever. And it pissed me off. And then I started thinking about what's going on over there, and I thought, maybe I need to do something, do my little part, So, anyway, let's get back to Thailand. Let's talk about Thailand. I saw this article, another article. This is on the Bangkok Jack. What it's like to visit Bangkok right now. Face masks are still very much a necessity in Bangkok, even when dressing up to celebrate the Lunar New Year. If you're in your little neighborhood, your little village, or you're walking down the street, there's not a cop that I've seen that is going to stop you if you have a mask on and it's down, or you don't have a mask on at all. It's happened to me numerous times where the cop or cops have drove by me and they have not said one word, they haven't even looked at me. Like, oh, he's not wearing a mask. They didn't do any of that. So you can walk around in Bangkok, and you're not going to have any problem if you're walking around in an area where there's not many people. You're not going to have any problems if you pull your mask down. They're not going to bitch and moan. So let's get that straight right now. Let's see here. Without tourists, Bangkok simply didn't feel like Bangkok anymore, but after nearly 2 years, the capital is finally opening up to the world again. And I've been saying, to me, aside from the masks, this place is, and the tourists, I don't care that there's not that many tourists, sorry. I care for the Thai people that are suffering because they can't earn money because of it, but when it comes to, the tourists aren't coming, they'll come when they want to come. Travelers will only need a negative PCR result before arrival and agree to 2 more tests after landing. Blah, 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 blah. Night market on Rancha de Pisac. They're not going to get 15 million. They're not going to get 15 million visitors this year. You see, now this is something, and you take this with a grain of salt. Bangkok has relaxed its COVID-19 protocols so that people can once again eat in restaurants, see movies, or enjoy nightlife. That is true. And then it says, though you still need to strictly follow mask mandates. Strictly in the Thai sense of the word. And if you know anything about Thailand, you know the word strictly is not really applied as it is in the West. Okay? So, doesn't need tourists to feel like Bangkok, just needs to be open to feel good. Yeah, there's that invisible force field that's around. That is the other thing. It's the mask. And the fact that, like, if you go somewhere, you go to the wrong place and they happen to test you and you're positive. At this point now, supposedly they are allowing people to go into their homes and isolate, or go into their hotel and isolate. They're not automatically, if you're asymptomatic, they're not automatically sticking you into a hospital. So that's great. Well, as long as it takes to get the test results, Yeah, my insurance, my COVID insurance I purchased strictly for COVID. Honey, this ain't Burger King. She wants him to take the egg off the sandwich. You're required to do that by yourself, honey. I think what it is limited English, and limited English makes conversation a little more difficult. Yeah, it's kind of a guide. I mean, and you think about it, when you have the health minister calling people dirty Farangs because they won't accept free mask from someone, and then a year later they're saying, oh well, masks are not even really. There's no law saying you have to wear the mask. It's just suggested. So. Carlos, the eagle has landed. He's here now. How's it feel to be back home? Welcome to Thailand. Yindi Tondrop Supertet Thai. 29 hours of hell. Ooh. Hey, you know, I have to give you guys a link. Sorry, this is my shameless plug, but I have to give you a link to something. And I just did it because, you know, hey, you never know. But I have made an NFT. That's right. Well, actually, I shaved yesterday morning, and I've already got a bit of a growth, but I don't want to shave again because too much too soon is not good. All right, let me bring this up here. If I can. This is for the big spenders out there. Let me see if this is, I think that'll work. There it is right there. Go to that, you get yourself your very own, an American in Bangkok NFT. This version is limited, it's one only. So, I just figured what the hey, you know. Watched a bunch get turned away. Really? Carlos, is that your normal YouTube channel, or did you change your name, or what's the deal? I don't. Something doesn't see. Oh, there. Well, no. Wait a minute. Little advice to anyone. Oh, okay. So it's changed. Little advice to anyone coming in: when you get your PCR results, please check the dates carefully. Seen folks turned away in Tokyo because of mistakes in the print. Wow. Wow. Trip out. Tokyo almost turned me away once because they couldn't figure out that I was on a marriage visa at the time. This was many years ago. And yeah, they almost turned me down. I had to like tell them to get their supervisor, and you know, they like, no, and I was like, yes. I was like, here's my visa right here. I was like, look it up. God, it was a headache. You know, they're sticklers. They're anal about stuff. Yeah. By the way, hey, smash that thumbs up, will you, gentlemen? All you ladies and gentlemen watching, and don't be shy about the super chats, the PayPal, the Cash App, or contributing in one way or another towards me going to Poland / the border of Ukraine. I don't know how much longer people are going to be even able to even be able to get to Lviv. There we go. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Steven. You are the first of the day. You're the first of like the last 3 days. Once I start bringing up, can anybody contribute to me like covering the Ukraine and going to the border and covering the refugee crisis? All of a sudden, most of the people went silent. The lurkers, they became even deeper lurkers. It was like all of a sudden everything disappeared. It'll just disappear. It'll just disappear. Watch this here. Let's see. น้องครับ
ค่ะ
ทำไมก็คุณเบียร์เพลแล้วก็ทุกคนมุกทำไมอยู่
นิวทีม
ฮะ
เขาเดย์ออฟ
ก็ day off เป็นวันหยุดอ่ะ
เวอร์เคชั่นด้วย
เหรอ
ใช่ค่ะ
ก็จะตอนนี้อยู่ไหนก็เวทนี่
เที่ยวอะค่ะเที่ยว
เออ
ไปเที่ยว
ไม่ใช่ที่นี่อ่ะข้างบนอ่ะ
มาเบียร์เข้ารอบบ่ายเบียร์ผู้หญิง เบียร์ผู้ชายเวอร์เคชั่น
I don't care about him
นิวทีมเลยค่ะ
อ๋อโอเคแต่คุณชูไม่ใช่เข่งใช่ไหมอันนี้เป็นชาวนาย Thank you very much Steven thank you I appreciate that really very very nice very wonderful choke D to you oh he shoots he scores all right listen, so I was just gonna, the super chats came in while I was talking to her, but basically what she was saying is that, I'm sure you kind of gathered what she was saying, but I think Beer will be working later at like 1 o'clock or something. She got an afternoon shift, and the other ones like Teen already moved over to Waiting, and I don't know about Preo may just have the day off. Mook may just have the day off. Or they may be working somewhere else. They do shift them around once in a while, but it's rare that you see like 2 or 3 new people. Damn, Steven. Thank you very much. That certainly helps. Can't complain about that. Choke D again. Choke D number 3 to you. Let's see here. So it went smoothly. That's good to know. I have to say that and I'm talking about almost every single time that I've done anything. Oh yeah. She doesn't care though. She's just, she'll just laugh and giggle and damn, Steven. Kicking down today. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. One thing I am saying, and just so everybody knows, I got to make it clear, is that while I have said, oh yeah, I'm going to do everything very calculated, it's just like everything else. Like I wouldn't have went up on that freaking mountain if I thought the chance of me dying was greater than living, or it wasn't even. I thought it was like 99% chance I would live, 1% chance I might die. So that's why I did it. Listen, if little old ladies or little old men or young kids can do it and they survive, I figure I can do it. So that was very calculated. Hong Kong, very calculated. When I start seeing thermobaric shit and read, because I really read all about it and what it can do and how it'll blow your lungs up, it'll destroy your internal organs, it will it could vaporize you. When I started reading that, I thought, well, maybe these people who are in Kiev right now need to get the fuck out immediately, because all it takes is it's the luck of the draw. If they start to see that somebody is, I don't know how they're doing it, but if there's Starlink, they're using Starlink in the Ukraine now as their mobile and internet provider. If they track that and they find out, oh, there's all these messages coming from this area, you know what, we want to stop that. And then they just destroy a building, and then everything in the area is destroyed as well. And if you happen to be in the area, you're dust. You're a puddle of mush. Yeah, cough up, boys and girls. Carlos, rapid testing at the airport, no hotel stays anymore? No, that's not what it was. He won't send in conventional forces to take city, just bomb it to shit, Keller. Yeah, because he knows he can't, if he goes into that, I mean, urban warfare, I'm sure you know this, urban warfare is nothing to fuck around with, because especially in their case, especially with the Ukraine, these Ukrainians are not pussies. They're not shrinking violets who are going to give up at the first sound of machine gun fire. And so it's going to be difficult for them just to march right into cities and do it the old-fashioned way. And that's what I'm alluding to, is that the big danger is this is not World War II. This is not World War I. This is, you know, high-tech shit. And you make the wrong move, you're history. Doesn't matter if you're in the military, you're highly protected, you're a journalist, it doesn't matter. You're still, they're targeting hospitals and orphanages and all kinds of shit like that. It's ridiculous what's going on. And, you know, I'm sure that some of them, if they found out that I was an American, they'd probably shoot me just for that. Yeah, but I live in Thailand now. I don't. Yeah, exactly. They bring in the Syrians, bring in the Chechens. You know, what do they have to lose? They have nothing to lose. So, you know, it's really, it's a day-to-day thing. I'm looking at it like that. And, you know, it's not like I'm, you know, the pledges are not just rolling in like I'm Mila Kunis. I'm not. You know, she's doing it to help in a different way. Me helping in a way is not the same, and I understand that. So, you know. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Carlos. You never know. I kind of doubt that, but you never know. Oh yeah, Americans are loved everywhere. It really depends, because I found places where almost every place I've ever been, they find out America and they're, oh, America, so great, oh, number one. I hear that all the time. But then again, I don't go in, you know, with the mentality or the attitude like, hey, I'm an American, fuck you, fuck your little country, you know, I don't do that. And I think there are some people who do, still, to this day, they're idiots. There are still ugly Americans. More ugly Chinese, but, you know. And Australians are welcomed in America, as they should be. But, you know, the idea is that when they consider everything to be endemic here, the virus to be endemic, that they will lift the restrictions. I can't see them continuing with face mask outdoors. I can't see them at least recommending that face masks be used indoors in crowded places. And I don't know why they would consider the mall a crowded place, because most of the time nobody's walking right next to me. You know, so the only thing I know is, coincidentally, small businesses are getting more and more screwed. Until then, the causes go, but now it's because of Putin. I like the Ukrainians. I've spent time there. Just felt something was off, but they were fair with me. I'd really prefer an Irish passport. No one has a beef with the patties. Other than some Brits. I guess it depends on, you know, what part of Ireland you're from, but yeah, what's the deal, man? I got 16, 17 thumbs up. We got 46 people watching. Come on, man. It doesn't cost you anything to leave a thumbs up. Let's see. I do have a little members video going up today, and it's just a short little clip from Suratani, actually. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna have to. Let's see. Trying to start a role for Scott. Yeah, well. That would be nice. I mean, you know, listen, I've thought about doing a 24-hour stream, a marathon stream. I just don't see that it's going to benefit me or my cause really that much, because I think what will happen is I'll spend a lot of energy and I'll make, who knows, but I don't know that I'll make a hell of a lot of money. Not because I can't find a few things to keep people interested, but 24 hours is a long time to keep people interested. And I'm not saying that everybody would watch for 24 hours straight. That's not going to happen. People would come in and they would leave for the day, and maybe they'd come back. But I just don't know I want to do it, you know? So I know I've talked about it, but I'm not sure I'll do it. And, you know, if I was to get, yeah, that's an idea, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back to talking about Thailand. Will you be kayaking in Poland? Fucking smartass. Oh, God. I do want to go kayaking in Nakhon Nayok. I told my wife that the other day. And if I do not go to Poland, maybe I'll do that in a couple of weeks. She's game, you know, she's a gamer, she's ready to go. She'll go. And she's been bugging me to go to Phuket. I can do it in Phuket as well. So many things to do and so little, well, I got time, I just don't have the money usually for some of these things. Some of the things are not that expensive and some are, you know. Most of this stuff in Bangkok is doable. I gotta look at this. There was something I wanted to talk about here. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. You set up a place with lots of chicks, Gennaro would tune in for the whole stream. Yeah, that's what Patia Bob said. Patia Bob was saying, shout out to Patia Bob, by the way, and Patia Pete. He was saying, oh, all you got to do is just, you know, hit the bars up, go to the bars, talk to the bar owners, and then tell them what you're doing, and stream with all the girls. And you know, I know some of you guys would love that. You know, but it's not going to happen. Now, this is the thing about the Russians and how they're having problems because of the sanctions. Russian tourists run out of cash as sanctions bite. This is the way that you stop people. And the United States has started to do this a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly where I got to go then, Carlos. I'm going to have to go out there. I'm hanging out for the new monorail live stream, safer than a Ukrainian trip. Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna. What happened here? Oh, okay, I just can't see it. It looks like they're building the highway part back now. So, anyway, it says when Russian tourist Konstantin Ivanov tried to draw money from his home bank account at a cash machine on the Indonesian resort island of Bali, the transaction was blocked. Unprecedented sanctions against Russia's banks over its invasion of Ukraine are taking a toll on citizens overseas who have been left scrambling to find cash or to turn to crypto transactions to get by. This has created a huge problem for us. We have been left completely stripped of our finances. It's like they have been completely frozen and we cannot use them at all over here. Adding that he might have to look for a job in Indonesia. So the guy goes over there for a holiday and they slap sanctions on Russia. Now he can't get any money. I don't know, but is Western Union out of there now? What's going on with that? I don't know what, how is he going to be able to do anything from crypto? I don't know how that'll work either, He'd have to get somebody in Indonesia to give him cash for his crypto, assuming he does have crypto. Now let me see something here. Yeah, they're all pulling out. So I would assume Western Union. Now what they could do is they could use what like the Burmese use, which I did once many years ago with Nanda, and that was you go to somebody. It's like they have them. I forget what they're called, but they do it a lot in the Middle East. You go to some agent here in Thailand, you give him the money, he takes a fee, and then there's another agent in Myanmar, or in this case, Russia, or Indonesia, or Thailand, wherever it is, and then the agent in the country that you're sending to gives the money to the receiver, just gives cash to them. Kind of like Western Union, except it's based on trust between the agents. Now, I do have a thing now. I just came out with this. I just got this a couple days ago. It is a method of receiving funds through all different types of crypto through one link. I think it's pretty cool, actually, and it might be, who knows, it might be the wave of the future. I don't know. I don't know. Do you pull out? There you go, right there. Click on that link right there. That's the new crypto link for me. Anytime you click, you can click that link and you can make it a payment of whatever it is, however much you want, right with crypto. For any of these, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, US dollar coin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, DAI, Bitcoin Cash. So it's like a merchant account. It's exactly what it is. It's pretty cool. You don't want to know how I found this out, but I found it out through someone who is he's a big traveler, but he's also he's involved in many conflicts around the world. And if the fridge is watching, he knows who I'm talking about. But anyway, it's a pretty good thing here. Pretty good that they thought of this, because it's fairly new. All right, let's see. If you never put in, you never have to pull it out. Why would any Russian go on vacation in this time? Well, maybe they left before the, everything kicked off. You know, they're not like Americans where they go over to a place for a week or two and that's their vacation. A lot of them leave for a month or 2 months, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool that I really like that because it doesn't make any difference to me. Now, what was the one that they said? I'm gonna have to add it to this. I don't know if I can. I forget what it is. It's X something, and it like the fees are the lowest around, but I gotta look into that a little bit. The quest for cheesecake. Well, Carlos, you come to Bangkok. I have the very best cheesecake I've ever had on the planet. And I've been trying to find cheesecake everywhere, and I can't. Yeah, that's the one, Cats. I've been trying to find better cheesecakes, and I have yet to find anything remotely close to this one. Now, I believe there are cheesecake factories, and then I haven't gone to maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I'll go have a piece of cheesecake at the After You dessert place. No, they don't have cheesecake. That's right, because I went in there, and I went in there, I was going to make a video, and I said, do you have cheesecake? And they said, no, we don't have any cheesecake. They have cheesecake, what was it? Like a cheesecake drink or something. I forget what it was. But they don't have just regular old cheesecake. Maybe that explains why they're getting their tanks bogged down in the Ukrainian countryside. You know, something else that nobody thinks about is it's fucking freezing over there. People are freezing their balls off. And you know, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, Gennaro. I don't know what I can say to you about that. Beer's a nice, lovely young lady, and I would hate to see her fouled by you. We already know how you are. But then again, my wife was very sweet and, you know, young and innocent when I met her, and things changed after that. She's not so sweet anymore. She's a little rougher around the edges and a little tougher now. This is a strange assortment of people here. It looks like probably half of the people here they might be tourists. We'd have to ask, I bet you Pattaya Bob would know the best cheesecake in Pattaya. Or maybe Carlos would know, I don't know. There you go. I told you it was -9 in Yekaterinburg when I went there, and what I would do is I would stay in the hotel most of the time. You know, I'd go out once in a while. I went to the mall, and I went out. They had a mall there. I went out there. I went there a couple times. I went in. You know, I had to go to things that had to do with the boxing, like the weigh-in, and there was a physical and all kinds of stuff like that. But so I got to go to many places. I got to go to a couple gyms, which was cool. So I moved around a little bit. And when I would go out, I would either be in a pair of like long sweats and, you know, a sweatshirt, or I'd be in jeans, and I'd be in like a sweatshirt and a jacket and gloves and a hat. beanie. But when you get to like -9, -10 degrees, what I would do is I would come out from the front door of the hotel, and I'd be in a pair of shorts and flip-flops, and I'd go out there and I'd wait until I'd see how long will it take till I start freezing my balls off, and it would take about 10 minutes. And then I'd start getting really cold. I'd just walk back inside. And I do that every once in a while just because it felt good. I'd even go walk around outside. I mean, it's snow everywhere. There was a huge field next to the hotel. And it was just, I don't know, a mile. This field was probably, like, I don't know, a couple hundred yards at least, maybe half a mile. And it was just nothing but snow. And I didn't go walk in the field, but there were a couple mornings when I went out and it was freaking cold, man. And I just go out, and sometimes I put my tennis shoes on. I go out and I go for a walk. 10, 15 minutes, I go right back in, and I'd be like, well, it's nice to be in here. Have a little borscht, which I liked a lot. The borscht is very, very good. What happened? What, did you take that comment away there, Gennaro? The beer? Where's that one at? What happened to that? Nothing works well when it's cold. Machines, men, and bombs. Well, there is shrinkage when it's that cold. I can tell you that firsthand. There is shrinkage. But anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand, which is not how cold it is in Yekaterinburg or Moscow or wherever. I'm interested in the revision of their COVID statistics here. And I wish they would do that in other parts of the world. I'm sure they have in some, but I don't see that happening in the United States. They haven't made these huge revisions. And I'd like to, no you don't. You just remember where you are. You're in my channel. If you want to be that way, you can be that way. If a woman wants to come in and be her way, what is that, misandry? She can do that. Misandry, you can do that as well. Whatever you want to do, up to you. Nobody has to agree with it. Well, you're not going to get canceled for that. Oh, God. The general public will have to take serious precautions to prevent infections, including vaccinations and booster shots, according to Anutin. I don't know, what is the vaccination rate now? What is it called? The Covax or something like that? Thailand, here we go. Let's see how many people are vaccinated at the moment. Because I thought it was well over... at home, I never wear shoes at home. Never wear shoes inside the house. Ever. Okay. Completed vaccination, 71.21%. 77.22% of the population has been vaccinated with at least one. But the numbers have been, they've been dropping for sure. The number of people getting vaccinated has dropped quite a bit over time. The urgency is not there anymore. Try the cheesecake at Gloria Jean's in Pattaya and let us know. Yes, please do. I want to know. But I'm telling you, Carlos, you ever get a wild hair up your ass, Bob might come down here. I don't know when. Let me see something here. You know when you go, how the hell can I put this? Gloria Jeans in Bangkok. Where is it? I don't even remember where it is. I'm thinking. Yeah, 125,106,592 and counting quickly. But the completed vaccinations is 71.21%. I don't know if there's I haven't seen one in here. There's got to be more than one. You know that there's the Sarni's pop-up now, right? That's Ramen 9. Show DC. They're all over the place. There's one in on Soy Rambutri, which is I was just there, down by Khao San Road. So I can look on their website. Oh, there's many of them. There's one on Saturn. There's one on Saturn, Malinon Tower, Sukhumvit 62. There you go. Show DC Ramen 9, Don Muang Airport, Suvarnabhumi Airport. There's 2 of them, and Phuket Airport. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in Bangkok now, and 2 of them they're not too far away. It's not like going to across town. I don't think they're going to let people come in who are unvaccinated without doing a quarantine. I don't think they're just going to do that. Not in the beginning. Maybe after a year or 2, but I don't think they'll do that in the beginning. I mean, think about it. They're moving very gradually in steps, and I think they've done it probably the best that they could. Where is this one? This one is actually right. It should be Naratiwat Nacharakarin 9. But it's. Oh, okay. 101. Okay. It's a different. I thought it was the area code, the zip code was close by, but it's not. And thick. He likes it thick. I think these girls are a little slow. They didn't open the door up. I'm trying to figure out if we have a Pat from Saturday Night Live. It's Pat. I can't tell, if you know what I mean. Anyway, my buddy Steve from Steve's Kitchen is no longer in Australia. He flew off somewhere. I don't know where he's going. I don't know where he decided upon. He had thought about coming into Thailand. But I'm sure I'll talk with him in the next couple of days. So visit his channel if you want to know Steve's Kitchen. He's a good dude, and he travels a lot. But you know, he's kind of like me, and then after a little while, he starts getting antsy, and it's like, gotta get out of here. I gotta go somewhere. Even if it's like jump on a train and go to what is it, Kanchanaburi. I may do that. I may do that this weekend. I don't know. I gotta talk to the wife, or maybe on Monday or something. I don't know. But I kind of wanna go somewhere. Badanka Dunk cheesecake. 300 Russian rubles. Sounds a lot. Well, yeah, that was another thing. Listen, if I get over there, what I could do is, however much you donate, if you donate $500, I'll give you 500 rubles from Russia. I'll send you the Russian rubles so you can have some. You know, and in that way, if it ever rebounds, you're sitting pretty. It's an investment, you know. It's a long shot, but straight things out here. Thank you, Dallo. Choke D to you. I need to put together a, what do they call them? A sizzle reel. I need to put together something like that. What are the best? I tell you what I can do right now. And I'll do this. Because there's a few people in here and we're winding down, so why not? Gotta get a piece of paper here. I'd like to know, out of all the videos that I've done and all the streams I've done, give me one or two that you remember that are your favorites. Because my favorites might not be the same as yours. Like for me, the mountain is one that's a favorite of mine, but that's a stream, so the quality is not that good, but that's okay. That's all right. Learn how to say no. That's the video. Or the subject. A ruble is worth less than a penny. I know. That's the idea. and then maybe it'll come back and it'll be worth the story of you falling out of the building because the rope and the clothes. Okay, that's a good one. That was a good one. I need to go back over there and show you guys because it's been a long time and a lot of people don't know that building and don't know that I actually really did fall from there and almost died in that one. Learn how to say no. Pork stall girl. Why does that not surprise me, Janara? The owl stream that happened. I still have footage of birds and a bird thing. I just haven't done it yet. I started doing it, and then I had a problem with my Final Cut Pro, and so I lost all the changes that I made. I don't know if I can get them back or not, but I have to redo that one. Anything with the coconut. So I got to squeeze that in. The purple dogs, yeah, that's, see, now you've been watching a long time, you remember. That was on my walk across Thailand. So the Chowderhead videos, people like those. Chowderhead videos that I got a letter. Nobody's saying anything about the Hong Kong. Hong Kong or Myanmar. The Myanmar playlist has probably got the most hits out of any playlist. And I just revised it, redid the playlist so it started over again. That's one of my favorites, the Myanmar playlist. Oh yeah, toothless woman grabbing my ass, thank you. See, there's... A sizzle reel is usually only about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes at the most. The best of kind of thing, or, you know, favorites kind of thing, is a little bit slower. So yeah, I mean, you know, and then if it's going to be like a talk video, something like where I'm talking about, oh, you stupid fucking chowderhead, that's got to be different from something where I'm moving around and going places. One of my buddies liked when I went to when Longhorns and I went to the fake Navy SEAL. I think he was there. We went to Battambang and can't remember maybe it was Siem Reap and somewhere else. And I was doing some bloopers. And I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know what it was. I just tried saying things and I couldn't stop. That's one of my favorite ones. Oh, the red panties, that's right. Forgot about her. That was a stream. Live and Alive. Well, some of the Hong Kong ones were, you know, just me talking about what happened or what's happening or whatever, but there were quite a few of them that were live that got pretty gnarly. And there's a few videos. Rap God. Rap God. Every time I hear that name, it makes me cringe. And, you know, Longhorns and I were down in, I forget where the hell it was, down by, I think the Oriental Hotel, or Charing Krung, or something like that. I forget that, where the hell was it? And there was another rap god there, and I was like, son of a bitch, but the place was closed. You know, I did one a long time ago that was like my favorites in like 2015 or something like that. I just look at that and I go, what the fuck was I thinking? And my mother's like, what's happened to you? She's like, I can't send my friends to these videos. And her friends are like, when he was a little boy, he used to be so sweet. What happened? Oh, the best have to go, Scott. Oh, yeah. God. So that's, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 plus to choose from. I'm sure I can find some other ones that you guys may not, some of you guys may not know. You know, there was some stuff that I did that never made it up. Oh, that was funny. Monash phone call, yeah. So here's the new girl. Welcome to New Barista. Good afternoon. Nice of you to join us. Yeah, that was classic when he called. I was like, who the hell? And then I was like, oh, son of a bitch. That was in Ayutthaya. Yeah, I don't complain about that. You know, I know what it is. Listen, Hear me good. Tits and ass sells. Sex sells. I learned that a long time ago. It used to be, the phrase used to be sex sells. You know, Hugh Hefner got it right, man. You know, if I was to start a magazine with naked Thai chicks, believe me, it would sell like wildfire. But I'm not going to. And, you know, in some ways, to me, I understand, you know, the whole undercover thing and going in and nobody in the bar knows you're filming. And, okay, I know that that's kind of interesting to people. I don't think it's right to do that. I think if you're going to do it, at least, you know, be in a public area or in an area where a lot of people, like here, the one thing about this place is that there are numerous people on computers, and there are usually at least one or two people that are streaming, or not streaming, but doing a live video conference call or something like that. It happens fairly frequently. And so you know, it's a little bit different than going into a nightclub where some guy who's married with 4 children is in there trying to get his weasel greased. You know, and there's, you know, 3 chicks with their tops off sitting there rubbing them up and down, you know, vying for his attention. Yeah, that was the first one I said, Gennaro. That, to me, that was one of the fun. I don't know where I came up with some of this shit that I came up with when I was walking. How about a Miss Coconut Girl calendar or t-shirt? No mass appeal, man. Miss Coconut Girl, first of all, that I have to take her photo. Not only that, I'd have to take 12 photos of 12 coconut girls or just 12 of her. I don't think she's all that attractive, to be honest. And I don't think she'd do it unless I paid her. And I'd have to pay her handsomely. Now, as far as a t-shirt, I don't think she'd like to... Yeah, I don't think she'd like to see herself on a t-shirt. The focus of Australian men's lustful desires. That's why I'm very hesitant to do that, you know. I'll turn the camera on somebody, and if they don't want it on them, I'll turn it off of them. It's not a problem. But when it comes to getting a little bit more seedy, I don't want to do that. Even Patty Bob, you know, I mean, he's like always saying to me, you know, you could go into this bar and talk. I don't even want to talk to the fucking girls. That's the thing. I'm at the point in my life, I've already talked to them a million times. I don't care if it is for people. I don't care if it is, you know, you could say, well, it's a job. You got to do it. I don't care. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I don't want to know about little Noak's problems back home with mama and papa, and, you know, don't come and see her at the Podunk U bar, and you can get a piece of her ass for 3,000 baht. I mean, I just don't, you know. Gennaro, she needs to be attractive. That's like saying, I'm gonna get a car, and you get a Yugo or a Pinto, when really what you need is a Ferrari or a McLaren. Well, we're doing a show about nothing right now. Once the beer owners found out that you were doing videos of it, you were on my list. Well, and this is the thing, and you know, in my conversation with Patty Bob about this, he did say, and I think he's right, you have to go in there and talk to them ahead of time. And if they say no, they say no. If they say yes, great. I don't want to talk to them. I don't give a shit about the bar scene. Quite frankly, I don't. I don't care about it. And if I do care about a bar, it's not a go-go bar. It's not a beer bar. It's a regular old bar. You know, Robin Hood, Londoner pub, shit like that. I don't know what happened to me. Maybe it's I got married, maybe it's I had kids, maybe it's I just don't give a shit about women. I don't care about them. I care about them as human beings, and that's about it. And only to a certain extent, you know. Yeah, Hugh Hefner is one of the few that banged 18-year-olds until he died. Yeah. And what's funny is that now all the ones that were banging him back then and using him for his money, now they're all slagging on him. You know. Yeah, I have considered it. In fact, I talked to somebody about it the other day. You know, showing nice places and saying this is how much it costs. And I'm easily bored, and that's my problem. I'm easily like, ugh. I'd rather wax poetic than I don't know, song. I'd rather wax poetic than go around to some real estate agent and show off a place that I'd like to live, but I can't afford it. And quite frankly, I will be going to some places soon, whether it's the Ukraine, Poland, Nakhon-Nayok, Kanchanaburi, Chiang Mai. I'll be going somewhere. You know, I got to get. I'm already antsy as it is. I've been antsy for a couple of weeks, slowly but surely. Psychodrop. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was the World Star Hip. What is it? World Star Hip Hop. Yeah. I had the mentality for some reason. I don't know why. I got the mentality a while. Like there's a lot of videos that are unlisted or are private now, and the reason is because either some of the things that I was saying, which Jesus Christ, I thought I talked loud. He's probably watching Mickey Mouse. We have new staff. I think the one girl said her name is Newt, and the others is like Nilly or Million or something. And I'm not sure if she's like Pat from Saturday Night Live or not. I haven't been able to figure it out. It could just be. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that one. The guy who started talking shit to me. He was a fucking drunk old guy. I can think of one recently where I should have fucking punched the guy, but then I would have been in trouble, and you know. Oh, there's a lot of things I could have done and would have liked to done, but you know, the law and you know, not here to get views, you do me. Well, it would be nice if I did me and that got me a lot of views. You know, but that's not the way that it always works. Show houses in your price range. Well, me and the wife made a goal to get out of our house by the end of the year. I'd like to see it happen. The place is older, you know, we've put our time in there. Starbucks girls, where's my damn espresso? I've already had two double espressos today, and I did have I admit it, I had a, what do you call it? Crab stick salad sandwich, which I haven't had in quite some time. They do not have to be luxurious condos, hotel bus. Actually, people find, I understand that. I find it boring. She wasn't really a hottie, Gennaro, come on. She had a bit of a nice ass, but that was about it. I think she was a nice girl, you know. She was young. She was definitely, you know, in the young stage. That's what I'll say. I'll be nice. Yeah, I find that shit. Oh yeah, the cockroach in my coffee, sons of bitches. Jim, you come up with some good ones, man. You ever getting back over here, or what's the deal? Are you still in the PI? Thank you, Dowlo, by the way. Choke D. You're laughing, but it was the truth. One of my favorites, and the reason is because of how real it was and how I still feel it to this day, is when the two dogs, which you didn't see it because I wasn't filming, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was walking, and there were two dogs. I can't remember the name of the place. No, but the talent is not that great there. I mean, they're good to bust a nut, and that's about it. But I guess that's all a lot of people want nowadays. And whatever. But the one that I'm talking about is, I was in the middle, I don't know, like up in northern Thailand. I had walked a couple 100 kilometers already or whatever. And she's going to try to get out now. Cannot. She's locked in. These girls don't know. You got to open one door at 10 o'clock or 10:30. They haven't done it yet. Anyway, the two dogs. I was walking. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning because, if you remember, I would start very, very early in the morning so I'd get a lot of miles in before it got hot. And so I would start at 2:30, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and walk for 8 or 10 hours. And then, it was got a little bit hot and everything, but I beat the majority of the heat, and then I was done for the day. And I went out at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I hear these dogs barking. And I'm like, oh shit. And I didn't have a stick with me, I didn't have anything with me. And I hear the dogs barking, and I thought, I looked over, and the gate was closed. I go, whew, because they sounded like big dogs. Spicy chip challenge, yeah, that's right. This is baby. Anyway, so I look over the fence, the gate is closed, and I'm like, okay, I'm lucky. I walk down, and it's like another 20 seconds, and all of a sudden, not even that, 10 seconds, and I hear the dogs breathing really hard, and they're running. And I thought, they're running along the fence. You know how dogs do. If you're walking by and they want to get aggressive, they start running on the fence, kind of back and forth. And then all of a sudden I saw, oh shit, the gate at the end is open. And both dogs came bolting out at me. And I'm standing there, and it's drizzling. It's raining. And I didn't have a stick at the time because I wasn't even thinking about, two dogs might tear me limb from limb. And they tried to attack me. And I barely got away. I kicked one under the jaw, like a front kick. I front kicked one in the jaw, like the aggressive one, the really aggressive one, the alpha one. I booted under the jaw. And he went back. And then the other one was kind of like timid about coming in. And I kind of like backed away slowly, and they eventually moved. But I mean, it felt like an eternity. But it was raining, and I kept thinking, if I slip and fall, I'm history. They're gonna go for the freaking jugular, man. I'm gonna be dust. And they were like Rottweilers. They were like a mix, but they were big. And then immediately after, like once I knew they were gone, and they weren't going to come back for me, I started the camera and I went, I can't believe what just happened. That's one of my favorite videos, just because it was so, I was still like, holy shit, That one and the one where I'm on the mountain. And then a couple of them there's some stuff that I didn't put up in, I don't know if you remember, there's the one in Hong Kong where I started photographing some guys, and some of the Hong Kongers started changing clothes behind their umbrellas. And so they were using the umbrellas as a shield. Now, as a photojournalist, you know, you don't want to get anybody hurt, but like, they're behind their umbrellas, and this Japanese guy started yelling at me. He started telling me, no, don't take their photos. And he put his fucking hand on my camera, and I said, fucking put your hand on my camera. I'm gonna fucking knock you out, you fucking piece of shit. And he just started going off and talking a bunch of shit. And I'm like thinking to myself, if I hit this guy, I'm going to fucking Hong Kong jail. I'm gonna be fucked. But he tried to do it to somebody else, and then people started jumping on him about it. Because he did it to me, tried to put his hand in front of my camera, and then somebody else, he put it in front of them. And you know, you gotta stay neutral. You can't jump on one side or the other. And I was already kind of like, I hated the Hong Kong police, you know, for what they were doing, but that didn't mean I was there to side and like join sides with the people in Hong Kong. It's their fight. You know, you're supposed to stay neutral and stay, you know, objective. Well, that was one of my favorite ones too. Me telling me, I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth down your throat. Oh God. I wish I would have just cracked him. He needed to crack that fucking guy. And he worked for a Japanese TV station. I was like, what the fuck are you getting involved for? Shut up and get out of my way. I'm trying to take a photo. Yeah, the one with Bo was good. She was wearing a black shirt, because I know there was 2 or 3 of them that she was in. She was wearing a black shirt, and that's the one where she goes, honey, this is baby. And she's still eating spicy ass food. And now me, I'm destroyed. I can't eat spicy food at all now. I'm screwed. No spicy food for me. No soup for you. I can't handle the spicy food now. So anyway, well, those are good. I think that's a good start. I'm trying to think of any other ones. I like the Myanmar stuff. There's a lot of them that I like. Unfortunately, I couldn't film as much as I wanted when Longhorns and I went for this fight, because first they didn't want me filming like video footage. They didn't want me doing that inside of the arena. And second, they didn't want, what happened was the camera I had at the time was not sealed. It was not environmentally weather sealed. And so the humidity was so drastic there. It was so bad. It was so bad that the camera started shutting off by itself. Then you need to refresh your browser. It should be fine. Jono the barber, did he cut my hair? I'll have to ask him about that one. I don't know if he wants me putting them up. There's one of Longhorns I could put up, but I'm not going to. It's the one where he was in Cambodia, and I don't know what prompted me to do this, but I had this big, long selfie stick, and he went into the to use the facilities. And I stuck the selfie stick and the phone over the top of the, and he's over there on the squat toilet, kind of like sitting on the squat toilet. I felt bad for doing that. I still feel bad for doing that, but so I won't put it up. I won't put that one up. I think I took it down, actually. But that was still pretty funny. The Purple Dogs was funny. What was the other one? There's one I'm missing, I know. I like the one where I was on the train with Alex. Well, I like the one we were in the taxi with Alex, and Alex is telling me how our dog, if I brought the dog with me on my walk across Thailand or whatever, that I should bring the dog, but if I brought the dog and I put him in the backpack, the dog might shit in my backpack. And he was so serious. It still makes me laugh to this day. He was so serious that You know, I really believe he believed exactly what he was saying. How about the one where I told them that they needed to try the bugs, but I couldn't do it because I needed to go see the doctor and I wasn't allowed? That was pretty funny. They just looked at me. Yeah, I heard he was going to do that. I heard, and my wife went there the other day. I didn't even ask her if she looked, but I don't think it's in the same place. I think it's behind that place. But the Thai guy, he couldn't compete with him. He didn't have the same. He didn't have the it factor. He didn't have the same, you know, je ne sais quoi as Fernando. Oh yeah, the one where I gave the lady my picture. That's another one. Oh, she loved that. Why? I'm Inter now. I'm Inter. And it wasn't even a great photo, but I just had been walking by and just kind of... Yeah, near the pork stall, exactly. The coffee shops is okay, but you know, it's... There's coffee shops all over, but they're not really coffee shops that you want to be shooting from. You know, it's one thing if I'm out on a walk and I just stop at some little rinky-dink place, but like, I don't want to just go, okay, well, today I'm going to go to this rinky-dink place. So I try to find, there are a lot of nice coffee shops. The problem is it takes effort to go all the way across town or halfway across town. The next place I'll probably go is Sarni's Pop-Up. Sarni's Pop-Up is, I want to go there. And I would like to go back to the Acai place, just to go get some of that macadamia nut coffee. I've been meaning to do that for like fucking 2 years now. Yeah, Fernando, man, he's got it going on. There was always a buzz around his place, and now, you know, granted, I've been a little bit early. I wasn't there. I don't go to CASHAPP at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I know better. I don't like to be out in Bangkok at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I like to be on my way back home if I am out. Yeah, I'll have to go over there and try some of this paella. You know, his paella was awesome. There was a difference between the Thai guy's paella and his paella. And there was definitely a difference about the buzz. There was no buzz around the new guy's place. Yeah, you know, my wife went to CASHAPP like 2 weeks ago or whatever, and she wanted me to go with her, and I was like, how many times am I going to go? This is the thing. How many times am I going to stream from CASHAPP Market? How many times have I shot videos of CASHAPP Market? You know, I mean, once a year, okay. He is a cool guy. Seems pretty cool. He gives off the vibe, the cool vibe. Yeah. This one's experienced over here. She's been around, you can tell. I hope they don't change up the staff here. That would kind of suck. I've grown accustomed to knowing the people. I feel like this is Cheers. This is my Cheers. Everybody knows your name, you know? Anyway, another place to go is Gloria Jeans. I have to go try the, let me see something. Product. Food. Desserts. There's the cheesecake right near it. GJ's Cheesecake. GJ's Affogato. Vanilla ice cream with an espresso shot. It looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna have to go to Gloria Jeans. So Gloria Jeans and Sarni's Pop-Up are the next two places I'll be going as far as coffee shops. Anyway. Loves to party with Spanish tourists. Yeah, there are some Spaniards. I know a few. There are some Spaniards. They're not only tourists, but they're expats. There's a small population here, increasing number. Restaurant in Bangkok before the paella place in the market. All right, so that's done. It's good to know we got the cheesecake available there. Ah, that's right. Her smiling face on camera and then lovely meal. You know, I do miss going to that place. I really do, because she used to make me some good meals, man, and they were like, they were almost always under $10. I mean, I'd get a good meal for under $10. And once in a while, I'd go ahead and get something. It'd be under like $6, $7. She would make me something up. You know, I'd just get a little salad, and I'd get a piece of chicken. I'd tell her, here, you know, can you do something for me? Yeah, all right. And she'd make up some little sauce or whatever, and she'd make it. It'd be awesome. I don't go there now because, quite frankly, I don't believe in the people cooking as much as I believed in her. And I don't know if she's still at that place. I need to go over there. I've been meaning to do that for forever. See if she's still there. I'm sure she probably still is. I don't know. But yeah, her food was really good, man. She actually, just by looking at her food and watching her cook, I actually learned a little bit from her. You know, probably forgotten most of it, but I can cook decent food, and once in a while I get it all right and I make a really good dish that looks good, and you know, but most of the time at least it tastes pretty good. Well, I have to go over there in the next couple of weeks. I'll have to go to CASHAPP. You know, when I get the feeling, hey, I'm gonna go over there and have a paella, maybe I'll make a video and not just do a stream, because you know, a stream can be kind of limiting, especially if I'm going to stream for 2 or 3 hours, because there's a lot of people, they don't want to watch for 2 or 3 hours, and I don't blame them. You know, I don't think I watch anybody. I don't watch Joe Rogan for 3 hours. And if I do, it's a very rare occasion. It's got to be something super special. Anyway, I think we're about done here. If we have anything else to talk about Thailand, let me see here. We know the Russians are having a hard time here in Thailand and elsewhere around the world because they can't get money out. I mean, that's a bit screwed. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, diners are, what's it like in Bangkok? Diners are starved for business. That is true. A lot of places are starved for business. What I have noticed is that there are a lot more places that are shut down, and slowly but surely, even some of the older places are shut down. I can't remember the name of the one place down the street from here. It'd been open for, I mean, like 12, 15 years. It's closed now. In Bangkok, there's no longer a capacity limit for indoor dining, but temperature checks will be required in most places. Staff is required to be vaccinated and undergo regular COVID testing. I can tell you that both my kids and my wife, when they go in, if they're going in, my wife doesn't go into her office that much anymore, but once a week they have to get checked. They have to test themselves with the rapid test. But as far as the temperature check, I mean, I kind of put my hand up when I go through the little booth, the little metal detector thing. I'll put my hand up after I go through it, just because it's right there, and I don't want to make any. I just don't want to hear the guy, you know. I don't want to hear him say anything, but like, because it doesn't take anything to put your hand up. But like, I come into Starbucks most of the time. I go into 7-Eleven. I don't put my hand up to be checked. A lot of places, I don't. Why? I'm fine. How many times a day do I need to check? You know. And I've had a sore throat over the past 2 or 3 years. I've had a sore throat, a little bit of a cough, like a really minor, probably 3 or 4 times. But they were very, very minor, and it was like, you know, a throat lozenge took it away. Let's see here. Let's see here. If you're still COVID weary, it may sound unconventional to recommend Bangkok's most iconic sites, Grand Palace, Wat Po, Wat Arun, to visitors who want to avoid crowds, but they've never been so empty. And that is one of the bonuses of coming here now, or like me traveling somewhere. Like if I went to Kanchanaburi, yeah, there'd be a few people, but like the place will be empty. I'm sure I can go and see a couple of the tourist sites, and there would be damn near nobody there. And if I went in the middle, yeah, the thing is I don't want to go on a weekend. I think I want to go during the week so that I know there's not going to be as many people, because the Thais will be working. They won't be there traveling. These girls need to get it together. It's 11 o'clock. Well, if you need gentle re-entry, speaking of Chatuchak Market, the sprawling complex of Chatuchak Market, the world's largest weekend market, is a good place to start. Whether you're hunting for clothes made by local designers, souvenirs, home goods, just time your visit in the morning. The narrow maze-like aisles can get crowded in the afternoon. Head over to Suk Siam, an indoor floating market at Icon Siam, to escape the heat and grab some street food or local products. What the hell? They got all new staff? Yep, all new staff. Wow. Why are they mixing it up so much? I don't like it. It says if you want to go somewhere, you want to pretend the pandemic never happened, head to the city's several night entertainment districts such as Silom, which is the gay area, Soi Sukhumvit 11, or Thonglo, which is a predominantly Thai place. Officially, bars and nightclubs are still banned from operating, but many have skirted the rules by offering more fulsome menus and calling themselves restaurants, while still serving copious amounts of alcohol and hiring DJs to blast electronica. Some of the establishments will hand out rapid antigen tests and require a negative test before you enter. All right. It says here, fines for masks cost 20,000 baht, about $600. That's not true. They'll warn you. They'll give you like a 1,000 or 2,000 baht fine first, then it's like 10,000, then it's 20,000, then they just boot your ass out of the country. Even though it's not a law. I don't understand that, but this is Thailand. All right, let me read some of these before we go. All right. thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. A big thanks to Stephen K. and also Dowload today. Thank you so much for your contributions. It always is the regulars. They're the ones who, you guys keep me going. And whether I do go to Poland and the Ukraine or just Poland or not, I will be going somewhere else. And it's you guys who are the ones who help make it possible, because I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't, making a little something here and there, because I just, I can't afford it. So that's how it works. So, without further ado, I will say goodbye. Choke D, Jerk and My, all that good stuff. Do me a favor. Click the thumbs up. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'm trying to get to 15,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 50 members on my channel. It's $1.99, ladies and gentlemen. It's not $19.99. It's not $199.99. It's $1.99. It's not that bad. I think that's pretty reasonable. And what else? Keep your eye on what's going on in the world right now, because it's pretty heavy over there in Russia and the Ukraine, and you never know what's going to happen. So I don't particularly like looking at the news all the time, but right now is the time when you should be watching what's going on over there. Gas prices are way up in the United States, and they're going to continue to rise, I think. Thank Joe Biden. He's to blame. I don't care what he says. Anyway, they're open. I can get out of here, go do what I gotta do. I'll talk to you guys later. Choke D, all that good stuff. I'll see you when I see you.